Sublime magnificence.
Hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis Feo Grande on YouTube, back with another episode that this guy hasn't seen. And as usual, I am joined by my co-host and runner-mate, one of my best friends in the world, El Director himself, Gus Smith.
Hey Omar, thank you so much for having me back. Love being here, love doing this thing, passing these movies back and forth. One guy has seen them, the other one hasn't. We trade things. One guy has seen a lot of anime, the other guy has seen a lot of cinema. Tends to be a big trend of ours.
Yeah.
Both of us have seen a lot of 80s and 90s cinema and some are just popcorn movies,
Mm-hmm.
and we tend to trade them back and forth. But
That's
that's the format.
Yeah, that and yeah, and there are some other obvious differences in the types of cinemas that we watch as well, but we don't have to dwell on it. Like I said, it's an obvious difference. That's yes. With this week, I'm delving into that anime option with an anime series that a lot of people have liked, but I went with the movie from it. Movie number six to be precise. That is One Piece. Baron Matsuri or the Isle of Baron Matsuri or something like that. Pretty much Baron Omatsuri. Yeah, from 2006. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
IMDb
no.
has it as 2005.
Oh,
Um,
2005 even.
let's we got a larger
Yeah.
summary here, so let's expand it. The Straw Hat Pirates received an advertisement on a recreational island. The offers all looked promising, so they sailed to the island for an opportunity to kick back and relax from their journey across the Grand Line. The sight of the resort looks like a dream come true. Only our heroes find themselves greeted by the head of the island, Baron Omatsu. He asks all seven of them to to compete in a series of contests for their granted relaxation. Luffy accepts the challenge, and they all find this island to be not so average. There is, however, a mysterious shroud on the recreational paradise, such as why are the Straw Hat Pirates the only tourists around? And why is Baron holding the only flower on the island?
Yes. So,
Large plot summary there for One Piece, Baron, Omatsuru, and the Secret Island.
there it is, Baron Omatsuri and the Secret Island. I'm like, it has something to do with Baron Omatsuri in the title. But yeah, so this is a One Piece movie, and Bill, have you heard, like, I know you've heard of One Piece. What I guess I should go with why I suggested it first. Before I ask you like why, hey, what you've heard. Pretty much, I under the assumption because, and not just with you, but with a lot of friends of mine, where it's like, with how long the series is, I'm not stupid enough to think that a lot of people, especially if they've told me that there are shorter series that they don't want to watch the whole way through. I'm not going to be like, hey, get into this 1100 episode series. Here we go. Let's start with episode one. What? No, like, whatever. But obviously, between my apparel and other stuff you may have seen on the channel, big One Piece fan. Um, this was suggested a long time ago in something I had seen as the film you show to people who don't know what One Piece is to give them an idea, like a loose idea of One Piece. But it also, due to some elements in the film, I felt now was a good time because of the other stuff we've been kind of watching as of recent on the channel where, hey, it starts this way. Oh, wait, it's dark and got other stuff going on here. Doo. And I had seen it a long time ago. Like I said, this movie came out in 2005. I got into One Piece around 2010. Been following it a lot. And series ain't too long for me. I have watched it from beginning to current more than once. I'll put it that way. More than twice, even. The bottom line is, yeah. But yes, I like the series. I'm wearing the shirt. I don't need to just be like, I'm a One Piece fan, boo boo boo. You understand that. Bill, you've heard of One Piece. I'm not sure how familiar you were with the series coming in or whatever, but I guess expectations, like what you know with One Piece and everything, your relationship.
Um, I I was aware of the name One Piece, the fact that it was a manga slash anime, and the image of the protagonist,
Hmm.
and the fact that he was stretchy.
Okay.
Those are kind of the bullet points that I originally knew. And then I have watched maybe 3 episodes of this show on YouTube called Learn the Lore.
Oh,
Um,
someone actually watched that.
um,
I had heard that it ended because nobody was
I have notes, but I have watched.
fair.
Um, mostly like right what you're doing right now. Like if like that's the thing uh that I remember like you would green screen yourself, but you're also here. So there's like hard lines. There's like a really hard edge.
Mm.
If you green like anyway, that's a I remember that being a thing that kept bugging me. I was like,
Fair.
the hard edge on because
I had
you're
considered
green
removing.
screen, but you're still living in a little tiny box because we could see
Yeah,
the hard edge on your shoulders and your and the top of
gotcha.
your head.
I had considered removing like the visual image of myself from anything if I continued it.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I would suggest that.
fair.
Um, yeah,
But
yeah. But anyway, so I learned about fruit powers
mhm.
through that. I knew about that going in. I knew that it was like pirate vibes. Um Knew I don't know like hand to God, I don't know if I would have called him Luffy or Fluffy.
Luffy, but yes.
Luffy or Floofy.
Yeah.
Um or Luffy or Fluffy.
Yeah.
Um uh so that's about
No, that's fair.
where my knowledge would have lived.
Fair enough.
And then you've probably done one of your classic Omaris on me at some point also in the past. Like I don't even
Yeah.
know if my fruit
I know I
knowledge
hit you
comes
with the
necessarily from my learn the lore thing. I
gotcha.
think that's more of a Omari lore
Just
dump.
talking about something, yeah. I know I haven't gone the full with you like I did with the Cyclops thing that one night
Right.
because it I done it with people at work though, where they didn't want to watch the series. And so I'm like, well, we're at work, we're closing all the time. I want to do so I got an idea. How about to pass time at work and stuff? I start telling you in the order that this manga went, the story, and if you're not interested, I'll have checkpoints for you to get off. So we don't, so I don't, so you're not signing on for 1,000 things. You're signing on for like this many chapters worth of information. And then I'll be like, are you still interested? Because I'm not going to waste your and my time. Keep going if you're not interested. But one guy, I got up to current, and current at that time was 2018. So from start to 2018, and he was like asking me for stuff and like stuff. And so for a while, I was sharing the week to week manga updates with him, like, oh my God, this happened. And he's like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah. And then another kid stopped me at a point because he's like, I want to watch it now on my own because you've got me interested. A third kid, I ended up not working at that place anymore. But the next time I saw him was 2 years later at like a different sandwich place. He's like, "Oh, Mari, what's up?" And I looked at him and he was decked out in One Piece gear. And he's like, "Dude, I'm so glad you told me about it." So there are times where people end up liking it. I will say though, I'll be the first to say because there are not enough people in this fan base that have the guts to say it. It's not a series for everybody. Oh no, crucify me.
Oh.
Oh no, crucify me, One Piece cult. That's okay. I've watched it enough for like 10 people. Okay, there you go. And I'm still probably underselling how much I've seen this series. Bottom line is,
I
yes,
don't know if
this
this will
is,
read on camera. Will this read on camera? Maybe. I just realized that this is something that might interest you. A friend of mine, is it not gonna read?
yeah, can't
That's unfortunate.
quite. Oh, Piccolo,
It's
nice.
he spent too much money on like a very nice
Dude,
Piccolo jacket.
if I had the too much money to spend, the merchandise I would possess. Uh, but yeah. So this is Baron Omatsuri. And I guess we'll go ahead hop into it. Anything else that needs explanations or whatever, we can talk as we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, movie. It's an anime movie. They're generally about an hour and a half, and try to jump right into it. Um, and yeah, we Bill pretty much had the plot spelled out to him by IMDb. So
I mean, I hadn't read that until just now, but
I know, but it's just funny because I know you sometimes do read summaries before the films, but it's just
uh-huh.
like Jesus Christ, they did it. But yeah, they hop right into it. The cruise on the boat, the Going Merry, as the boat is called. They were on the boat and they're like, "Hey, there's an island nearby, and they want pirates who think they're top shit to come to this island. Let's go." And yeah,
Yep.
it's a big resort. Cool little intro to the resort and everything. There's a bit of suspicion and stuff, but early on, because they get right into this thing where this guy comes out, trial of hell. All right, we're doing the trial of hell, and there's this fish fight. And when this motherfucker Muchigoro comes out, and he's going up against the guy with the nose, Usopp, who has no powers, because not everybody has superpowers in One Piece, or even in the like main party. The three people that have the devil fruit powers that ate a devil fruit where they lose power to swim are Robin, the chick with the hands, Chopper, the reindeer, and Luffy, who main character. And we see the whole can't swim thing with Chopper falling in and Luffy trying to save him, but he can't swim either
Right.
as a
Right.
gag. But
Um,
when Buchigoro's talking to Usopp, I was like, oh, Bill is gonna hate this. But then I kept watching. I don't know about hatred, but early on, I'm like, oh no.
well, the person you're describing has the benefit of me not me be stupid. And I'm my first notes on this are that I'm loving the art style and stuff of this, the like the very loose
Okay.
casual kind of character designs, um uh but it is going way too fucking fast for me. Like I've already vocalized on this channel that I have trouble with subtitles. The first quarter of this film, I gave up because I was literally like, island, shut up,
Fair.
fruit,
You know what?
swim. Like
That's fair.
I couldn't read fast enough. So I
Semi
don't.
full disclosure, it is very hard to find this film in a watchable format. If I was able to find a watchable English format for it, I would have.
I'm still interested and I'm still
hmm
catching vibes and
Yeah.
stuff,
No,
but
I'm just talking about the subtitle thing
this
because you have
interact,
expressed that. And
right.
generally, I do try to look for dubs for that reason.
Right. Well, no, and I understand, and I'm not against
hmm
subtitles at all. It's tough for me. I don't
Yeah.
read that fast, and I want to see the visuals, so I'm bouncing back and forth, and so I'm not really familiar with the interact. Like I'm not really absorbing the dialogue of this picture until the Baron's reveal. And the
Gotcha.
movie kind of slows down. Until
hmm
then, it's a lot of quick repartee,
hmm
banter amongst the crew, amongst the
The
uh
Straw Hats.
the Straw Hats. And it's a lot of quick back and forths that they don't leave up on screen very long for somebody like me.
Yeah.
When it's a larger sentence, like I can get what is it? Question, but like when it's like I said the blah 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 was blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm not catching that.
I do have the benefit of years of practice, especially with this particular series.
Uh-huh.
So that is something that, but in reality, there was a long time I was a strictly dub only individual. Because I'm like, I'm not here to read. I'm here to watch. I want to enjoy and listen and understand what they're saying. And if I look away from the screen, I don't want to have to be like, what happened. So I do
Yeah.
understand that. That's why I said and that's why I'm okay with trying to find dubs for a lot of things these days. 'Cause I get it. Hell, sometimes I do have to rewind things, even
Um,
now. But I'm kind of used to One Piece pacing. Well, which ironically, and whatever.
Yeah,
Bottom
that's what
line
I mean.
is,
That's what I mean when I say I gave up, is like I was bouncing back too much to where I
mhm,
was like, all right, just sit back and ride with the film. And you'll catch the vibe. You know what's like you're
yeah,
smart enough to know context.
yeah.
Um
Clearly, they're fighting. Clearly, there's a bunch of games going on at this resort.
Yeah, because you'd catch like tournament or whatever,
hmm
and I'd get context, but I just wasn't getting full conversations there at the beginning. Um,
Yeah,
uh, but yeah,
but
do really like the art style
mhm.
and like the mix of like
This movie loved its
I almost
it
typed it
loved
out.
its CG.
It's boy, this is a ragtag crew. Like it's just a very mixed. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't get much more mixed.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah, we have and yeah, this like I said, this came out in 2005 for some bit of around where the story was then to now. This was around chapter 2 to 300 is when this movie takes place.
So I think I
So,
know
and there's
from learning
1100
lore
chapters now.
that a chapter is pretty much like an island.
Well, an arc is like an island. Each of those
Okay,
videos was like an island. Um, yeah, each of those videos was pretty much this is an island, this is an island, this is an island.
got it.
Um,
That's basically the gist of
mhm.
the show slash manga is like we're on a
Yeah,
ship, we're traveling the seas.
yeah,
Oh, we're on an island, like a monster of the week kind of thing. Of
kinda,
like,
yeah,
oh, we're on this island, here's this pirate today.
yeah, especially early
Or
on.
government or marine or whatever.
Yes. And this is about right around the time in the story where um chick with the dark hair, Robin, the chick with the hands, a lot of the actual plot of One Piece, in quotes, is attached to that character. And this takes place pretty much right before that starts getting revealed. Like, aside from the whole main plot of Luffy wants to be king of the pirates, and to do so, he's got to sail all the way around the Grand Line and find a legendary treasure left by Gold Roger. That's the main story. But the deeper plot that doesn't just involve here's a new island monster of the week is shit involving world governments that in the dystopian type of thing. The fucking rich people are the worst people in the world. Really kind of stuff that appeals to a lot of the people today based on the state of the world in various countries.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like it to the point that some countries are now actually raising up straw hat flags and rebel have people not massively, but enough for it to be news articles about it, where people are actually using the straw hat pirates thing as a sign of rebellion.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's there's that aspect to it, but this is before that actually picked up so heavily in the story.
Yep.
But it's a long time ago anyway. But no, they had the whole big fight with the fish, the little boat race, and you probably picked up from the movie that Baron tries to make crew members hate each other or whatever is what they were saying.
Right. Hmm.
Uh, the blonde-haired dude and the green-haired guy.
Again, once the change happens, I'm pretty much locked in. I think
Yeah,
I know what that movie is.
yeah.
The the
The
the
early
the the
parts.
preamble, specifically what you just listed, the preamble, the fish fight, and the boat race. It's all moving so fast that I'm just kind of like, ooh, pretty colors a little
Mm.
bit during that section of things.
Yeah. The green haired guy and the blonde haired dude, Zoro, green hair, blonde hair, Sanji, those two actually bicker like that all the time. Regardless, they don't like each other, but they also
Well,
like each other.
they're the only two of a crew that are kind of similar.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're yeah, that feels like natural. Like
Natural
that's the kind of thing of
testosterone
I
ass.
don't have to see the words to get that. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, these are both the
but
adult
yeah,
males of the crew.
yeah. Orange hair girl Nami and long nose
But yet
dude
everybody
Usopp.
acknowledges Luffy as captain.
He is the captain. Yes, he's the
I,
captain of the
I
crew.
if that's a big giant story that we don't need right
Oh
now,
no.
I'm
Uh
just interested. That's just a little interesting of like,
oh, that they acknowledge him as a captain. Well,
right.
part of the
Even if you
journey,
like this kid and acknowledge that his drive is cool, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll roll with you, but
yeah,
like I'm going to say what we do because
yeah.
I don't know.
There's generally a moment with each of the crew members in the arcs that lead up to their at being added
Hmm.
that Luffy pretty much shows to them that yes, this is he either A saves them from like their lifelong trauma, i.e., the
Gets
orange
his
hair girl,
gets their favorite swords back.
or freeze them. Yep, freeze them from being executed.
Learn new lore.
Yep, freeze them from being executed or something along those lines. Where they're like, okay, yes, I'm gonna follow him. Now, they do ridicule him at times and make jokes about the fact that he's kind of stupid. He's got a bit of the Goku thing going on.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I got that. I got that pretty early on of like because yeah, from a person who dabbles, sometimes it feels like there's like two, maybe at most four Japanese protagonists, and it's like the one that wants to kill themselves every second or Goku.
pretty much. Yeah, Luffy's pirate Goku. Before the Pinky Outs come out, yes, they're different characters. Grow up. He's pirate Goku. Naruto's Ninja Goku. I like both series. Shut up.
The boy from Academia is Hero Goku.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
but
he's a little bit
he's a
of
little bit of his
he's a
own.
little bit of both.
Yeah.
Maybe more of that. I want to kill myself.
But yeah. Anyway, but no, they do all have big moments where they decide like, yeah, I'm going to follow him. And actually to your point of where a lot of the fan base and stuff talk about like, oh, this is when he really earned his captain status is that aforementioned arc with the black-haired girl with the hands that I said this is kind of like right before that kind of took place in the manga and anime. That arc pretty much by the end of it is like, yeah, this is a captain. And a lot of stuff that happens within it. And who knows? Maybe Learn the Lore will continue one day. But yeah, bottom line is that was that. But yeah, the movie. There's the guy with the mustache, Chobo Hige, or whatever the hell his name is. I'm like, not the dude with the Hitler mustache. Why is there a dude with a Hitler mustache? I forgot all
He's
about
got
him
a
at
Hitler
first.
mustache, but I love him.
Yeah, but it's more of a Charlie Chaplin to it. Also, I forgot to look up the exact definition, but the Hige part of his name, it probably just describe to be fair, it probably literally just describes his facial hair because the Hige is apparently the term for facial hair, and the only
I
reason I
mean, one of my favorite parts of this movie is when it's all is that heavy serious moment, and then Luffy is just like Tokahiki, and then the guy starts to cry, and then he turns to the family, and then the entire family goes
yeah, like
Tokahiki.
it's those moments, it's a lot of those things throughout the series or whatever. But the main reason I know the Hige part is the real life pirate Blackbeard.
Yep,
There's a lot of pirates in One Piece
and
that
not
have
personally.
names, but yeah, well, fair. There's a lot of pirates in the series named after real life pirates. Blackbeard is obviously one of them, and his name is Kurohige. There's another pirate of similar, which literally translates to black facial hair. There's another pirate named Whitebeard, or Shirohige, or white facial hair. But people like to make fun of the fact that he's called White Beard, but he doesn't have a full on beard. It's just a giant fucking white mustache. They're like, shouldn't he be called White Stash? I mean, technically, if you're speaking English and Japanese, all of it's the same word. So when I saw
There's
Chobo
red
Hige, I
hair
was like, oh
yeah.
yeah, red hair Shanks. Yep,
Learned you
Akagami no
lore.
Shanks.
Learned you
Hey,
lore.
look at that. All right, so, but as the movie goes on, you mentioned the reveal. Like we had the cooking fight and other stuff, whatever. Not, I don't want to. As the series has been going on, and by the series I mean TGHS, I'm trying to defer from beat by beats.
Yeah,
Uh,
more
but
general
yes,
discussion.
but yes, there were cool moments like the for me like the cooking fight with Sanji, the blonde dude, versus the fucking cook, where they're like skating on the thing and dudes trying to make stuff and Sanji's just overwhelming him at every turn. You can't tell. Sanji's the cook of the crew, pretty much. Also, if you have any questions about crew members, feel free. I will answer them. Uh,
I'm scared too.
um, but yes,
I'm
he's the
kidding. I'm
cook.
kidding.
That was a cool little thing. But then we get the big reveal. And I think it was first when Robin was looking for the flower, Robin being the girl with the hands. Uh She was looking for the flower, and Baron's talking to her, and he tries to say some shit, and that fucking flower laughing, just a fucking like, just like half a second shot, but it was like a nightmare fueler shot.
Yeah,
Like,
that flower
oh
is fucking creepy, man. The flower is fucking creepy. The back third of it, after the five friends are in the giant mushroom stalk or whatever that thing is supposed to be depicting, um, whenever it's not talking or smiling, it's chewing. The fucking flower is sitting there going, fucking creepy, man. It's creepy.
yeah, and the whole yeah, because we find out he's feeding people to this plant to keep the image of his dead crew alive, so he can keep pretending they're alive on the island, which is kind of grim in and of its damn self. But yeah, as the story goes on, we meet the other families and stuff, and then we get to the fucking big thing where all the crew's kidnapped. Baron Omatsuri's got this arrow ability of some sort. He didn't eat the arrow fruit. He didn't even say he did. I don't know. I guess it's just the power of the flower itself. Um, Some folks out there know the power of the flower. uh,
What do you mean?
you know what I mean. Bottom line
I
is,
don't understand.
well, then you don't know it. It's simple as that.
Uh,
You're
okay.
not some people.
Is that supposed to be racist?
No, that's you people. Not you people are racist. I'm saying the term you people is
Oh,
racist.
now I'm racist?
No, I literally just specified that that wasn't the case. But yeah, the big final fight deal. The stuff that goes on with there when Luffy gets his hands fucking pinned to the rock and everything, and him trying to fuck it, I'll stretch my neck up there if I
Yeah.
can.
You think that's a rough scene, and then he gets the rain of arrows.
Dude, I had forgotten
What
about
is like what are we canonically cool with? Because like I loved the excuse me.
canonically cool with.
I loved the back half of the film. Once it starts to get
Same.
serious, I loved it. I I I think I would like the first half too if I knew what was going on, because I could just as a fan of that old style of comedy, I can hear the rhythms in there.
Okay,
I can hear the back and forths.
fair.
I just
I'm very self-conscious about the things I like. So the fact that you feel like you would have gotten it with the rhythms of the beats and stuff, that's fine. It's
yeah,
just sometimes I know people One Piece has a reputation for pacing issues that it has earned, to be fair. Again, I will be objective when I talk about things I
uh
like. That is one thing you can count on this channel. I will
Granted,
be
this is a
objective.
film.
Yes, granted it's a
Like
film, but I didn't
DBZ
know if,
films are dramatically different from their episodic
but yeah,
television.
true. But the thing I was talking about when I was saying earlier in the film where I thought that you might not like it, at the beginning of the fish fight, Nose Dude and the guy he was up against, they had like something where they just kept repeating a thing back and forth and back and forth. And I'm like, okay, this joke's going on a little bit too long.
Yep.
This is probably something where it's like, what the fuck did Omari get me into? And that's what I was thinking when I said that. Like once the rest of the movie happened, I'm like, oh, there's plenty in here that could be liked.
No, yeah.
Um,
That was one of the few things that I received.
yeah.
And yeah, no, I enjoyed that. That's what leads me to believe if I knew everything, I would enjoy much more about that. Because yeah, the ha, little did you know I'm actually Goldfish Master. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're lying. No, I'm not. You're lying. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
All right, I'm lying. You're
Yeah.
lying.
Okay.
Like yeah, no,
Yes.
I love those rhythms.
Okay. Well,
So yeah.
yeah. I will say,
Luckily, those were like, that was like three words. So I was able to go,
but you
all
got the
right,
vibes and
I
stuff
got it.
like that.
I
Yeah.
got it. I got it. I was able to read it. Anytime
Yeah.
that it's like seven words,
Hmm.
I look down and I just give, I'm like, all right, keywords, keywords.
Hmm. Yeah. As far as what I'm cool with the movie, especially having rewatched it and everything today, I'm cool with the whole thing. I thought the beginning was a little. I was a bit second guessing the whole introduce this to people who don't like One Piece
hmm
aspect of it early on, but as it went on, I'm like, no, I can make the argument that a lot of the themes, like the friendship, the togetherness, and the found family, and all of that, is kind of covered and touched on in the movie, and that's kind of throughout the series. You mentioned the little Chobohige or Chobihige moment and stuff like that, the comedy and the super tense moments, but you still get those little heartwarming things. That's a big aspect of the writers' intention with the series. Like
hmm
Luffy is stretchy and made out of rubber based off of some interview he did way back in the day, so that even in the most tense moments, you can have moments of this guy's stretching or he's doing
Uh,
something silly or
random
whatever.
question. Canonically, is he ever shapeable? Like,
Like
can he like sail out or like flatten,
there
or is
have
he
been
strict?
times
Is
where
it
they've done
strictly
that.
more
Yeah,
stretch?
he's been flattened or whatever, but he's not quite Mr. Fantastic if you're going to talk about who's
That's
more
kind of what I was
malleable.
thinking. Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic is more
Or like
malleable.
who's what's her name from The Incredibles?
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl, yeah, where you
I
can like make yourself a parachute kind of thing.
If anything, he's closer to her than he is to Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, Elastigirl, I think, is closer to what he can do. Now, I can't think of a time they've used him as a boat because of the. I'm just thinking Elastigirl things,
Right.
but like using him in a stretched out. Hey, let's catch some cannonballs and flap them back out there like we had a big fucking thing. Yeah, he's been able to do stuff like that. He's been able to stretch his fingers out to make like a net and shit like that. So he can
Okay.
shape himself. It's just not quite. I'm Mr. Fantastic. Now my head's kind of split in two and blue, blue, blue. No, he's there's some kind of realistic to it because he's rubber as opposed to just stretchy. So there's some
Hmm.
limitations. He's kind of immune to
Oh,
blunt
right. I don't
damage.
know. I might have changed the subject, or I don't know if we fully got there. Or maybe I'm just spacing. The literally being filled with arrows. Are we cool with that canon wise? Like, where do we draw the line then? Like, what kills this dude?
Oh, stuff can kill him. He can be impaled and stuff like that if he's impaled all the way through. But and another reason why I say objectively the series isn't like a 10 out of 10 or nothing.
Right.
People in general, but especially like Luffy and stuff, are very damage resistant in that series. Or not very damage resistant. They can endure a lot of pain. But Luffy with the arrows, that is a little bit of a suspicion of disbelief, but not too much. I've
Okay.
seen like similar things. It's not like the arrows went all the way through him. They just kind of pierced his back or whatever. He took the damage and kept going. He has some damage resistance, like blunt damage, like blunt force attacks are
Right.
usually non-effective, especially that early in the series. There's also stuff later in the series that kind of gets around devil fruit weaknesses and stuff like that or resistances, but he still can be
Because
slashed.
you
He
need your
can,
bad guys to be stronger.
yeah, or
And,
and your good
yeah.
guys to fight some of those stronger bad guys.
Right.
Because there are some people who can't be touched at all unless you use this special ability because they're like living fire. How do you touch fire? You don't. Uh
I don't know.
type deal. And if you do, you get burned. But he can be cut. He can be burned. There's stuff like that. Also, submerge him in water or put some handcuffs on him, and he loses a lot of his strength and damage resistances as well, as does any devil fruit. I say handcuffs made of a specific material, but any devil fruit user, they all share the same weakness when it comes to the sea. It's a nice little caveat. It's a nice little thing the author put in there for himself if he ever needs anybody to lose. Not saying it's always the way people lose, because usually they lose in fights and stuff. But if he ever needs a reason why somebody can't do something right now, yo, they had some Steve Stone handcuffs on, home. Like, what did you expect? They were weakened. um, yeah. That said, yeah, I was fine with what happened in the movie and everything. I thought it was that punch he does to finish the guy off where it turns like black and white and shit.
Hmm.
He punched the dude pretty much back to the manga, as people say. That,
I love when that's used.
yeah, there's a moment in the canon of the series. that technically the anime got to, and I think the manga story wise got to after this movie had come out, where they do the same thing. And it took me rewatching this to realize that this movie did that kind of punch first. But it is almost as satisfying as when it happened in the canon. It was more satisfying in the canon because of who it happened to and the circumstances around it. Y'all know who I'm talking about if you're a One Piece watcher. Um, but yeah, no, I'm fine with the things that happened in the movie. I kind of wish, if anything, that some of the other crewmates got to showcase more of what they could do. But
It's mostly a Luffy
yeah.
movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, with some of the reindeer. Like I don't really like you kept saying Robin the girl with the hands, and almost that isn't even
The black hair
right.
girl?
Well, no, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
who you're referring to, but referring to her as the girl with the hands,
She didn't do
like
a lot.
that's like 10 seconds of this film. If anything, most of the time
Yeah, kind
she's like
of.
hiding her hands.
Yeah, she's
Um,
kind of more reserved to herself.
uh,
And this is a point in the story where she's not fully into the crew yet because she kind of refers to everybody by their position instead of their names, where she's like, Doctor, where are you going? Which, if you didn't notice from that line, the reindeer is the doctor of the crew. But she's like, Doctor, swordsman, navigator, so and so. And then later, as the story goes on and she opens up, she starts referring to them by names and stuff. A little bit of character work over the course of the series. But yeah. So you like the movie? Got an
yeah, yeah,
idea
I
of
did.
the crew based off of what you seen. I mean, Luffy kind of seems like he has a bit of an advantage here. But who would you say is your favorite?
Um,
And no, that's not me trying to steer you away from Luffy. It's just I could
right.
understand
No,
if that was
it's
the case.
like I mean, with this movie as really my only touchstone, it's him.
Hmm.
But I don't know what will become, but I am usually a sucker for a swordsman. Particularly a trope of a world filled with powered individuals. And my superpower is I'm just going to become the best motherfucker who wields this. Like,
Oh no, my blurry screen. I've got him on my shirt.
oh, yeah.
It's a Zoro shirt.
Okay.
Big
Um,
Zoro fanboy here.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, from Leonardo to
Oh, there we go.
to
Just sat down.
yeah, I love a dual swordsman. I love a oh, you're super powered. Well, I'm just going to make this pointy stick the my superpower.
By the
Uh
way, if you love a dual swordsman, he's got three.
right, he's got three.
He's got the one
Yeah.
in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Zoro is, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's probably the one that the reason that I actually kept watching or got into it. Back in the day, Four Kids had a infamously bad dub of the series where they super censored stuff and super edited it to all hell to where it's not really the original product. But it had a catchy theme song. And in it, they kept showing clips of Zoro, and I'm like, I like this sword dude. And then after a while, like many people, I was like, what is his actual power? Is it like the sword fruit? Oh no, he's just a beast. Yes. um, yeah, the like I said, the only three crew members that have eaten fruits are Luffy, who ate the gum fruit, turned his body into rubber. Robin ate the flower fruit, ironically, but it allow is what it's called is the flower, but it allows her to sprout body parts from anywhere like a flower would. And yes, any body parts. Yes, devil fruits affect your whole body if you're one of those people wondering. And then Chopper, the little reindeer, he ate the human fruit, which is a fruit that allows you to transform into a human, which he, being a doctor, which he, with the intelligence he also got from eating said fruit. Uh, he has a thing. I think he ate a little ball at one point in this movie called the Rumble Ball. It might have been something quick because they assume you know who Chopper is. But it allows him to transform to various other shapes other than just tiny, actual reindeer shape, big buff human dude.
Yep.
There's like shapes in between that he learns to do. But those are the main three, at least in this movie, that have devil fruit power. So the dude with the nose, Usopp, sniper dude, no powers. He's technically the weakest on the crew. Nami, the orange head girl, no powers. She's the navigator. She has her own way to fight. Blonde dude is Sanji. He's the cook. He fights primarily with his feet and kicking because as a cook, you don't want to damage your hands. And Zoro is the swordsman on the crew, and he has swords, and he's really, really good with swords, and he's really strong and really durable. Luffy's the captain, and I don't think I said Robin's position. She's the archaeologist, which just lends itself even more to her being the source of the lore throughout the actual series as it goes on. But yeah, that was One Piece Baron Matsuri. I think we touched on a lot of the things with it. Good
Yeah, I think we
movie.
covered it
Check it
well.
out. You want more details? Watch it. Go find it. Um, so any idea what we're watching next week?
Yeah, I think so. Have you watched Thunderbolts?
I have not.
You're about to.
Oh, well, we'll see that out next week. We also got other stuff on the channel. Go ahead and check it out. We also have a show on Saturday called You Don't Watch Sports. Two guys, three topics. So we sprinkle a little information to the casual sports conversation. Be a guiding light through the sea that is sports talk. Also have mock draft on Mondays and other shows that involve other people on the channel like Big Bro Ibn and Super Jazz. Uh,
Super Jazz.
Thank you very much. If nature intended, I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. Streaming day 240, and we're way past day 340. So you know what that means. All right. Y'all have a good one. Adios, this.